Hello Year 11s, this is your guidance video on the second lesson this week, which is revision polymers. So your learning objectives are all nestled within the extended curriculum. It's all higher tier stuff. It's making sure you can explain these terms: monomer, polymer, polymerization, macromolecule, natural polymer, and synthetic polymer, to be able to describe additional polymers, say what the key features are, to draw part of the molecules formed from a given monomer and identify the monomer for a given polymer. Name at least 3 polymers formed by additional polymerization, give uses for them, describe condensation polymerization, and say what the key features of the monomers are, to state the differences between condensation and additional polymerization, to be able to draw simple diagrams to show the monomers and part of the macromolecule, for example, nylon, terylene, using blocks to represent those carbon chains. Represent what and explain what the amide and ester linkages are and identify them on a drawing. Give uses for nylon and terylene. Give at least 5 general properties of plastics. Describe some of the environmental problems caused by plastics. Name and describe the 3 main groups of macromolecules in food. Explain what these are: amino acids, fatty acids, glycerol, and esters. There's good links with biology there. Draw simple diagrams to show how these are formed by condensation, polymerization. Starch and proteins. Draw a simple diagram to show how fats are formed by a condensation reaction. Explain what hydrolysis is. Describe products when starch, proteins, and fats are broken down in your digestive system. Describe how the hydrolysis of starch, proteins, and fats is carried out in the lab, and name the products of complete hydrolysis. Describe how to carry out paper chromatography to identify products of hydrolysis, and explain how fats and oils are used to make soaps. Lots and lots of areas. So you're going to have this week to revise all of that, and you'll be given an extra week to do the organic assessments that I've set out here and I'll be talking about in the latter half of this presentation. There's plenty of end of chapter questions to stretch and challenge you if you want to really push it. They've been included in the resources that I've included. You've got extension questions actually on the organic assessments themselves. I've put some questions in there to do with pollutants, and I've attached that as a 4th test paper. So you're watching my lesson guidance video right now, and chapter 18 is all you need for this revision lesson. So in the last lesson you actually did organic chemistry, so it's very similar. It's chapter 18 that you will actually need for this lesson. You're going to be doing the assessments after lesson 2, so you'll have an extra week. I'm just going to indicate that just to make it official. So plus 1 week. There we go. So please do not rush your revision of polymers. There's so much for you to do. Right, so the document for you to complete your practice questions is very similar to what you had in your previous lesson. There are links to chapter 17. In case you need to dip back into organic chemistry, but by and large, everything that you need to know is in chapter 18, introducing polymers. So let's have a look. So all you need to do, and I've just put the first couple of answers there so you can actually see exactly what it is that I'm expecting from you. You go onto the chapter, you find out what the factual information is, and then what you do is you answer the questions. You put your questions in the box. You do this for all of the boxes. There are 8 pages of questions that you'll need to go through. And if you need to do any diagrams, then like there was one, for example, on the second page where it says draw a diagram to show the polymerization of ethene. What you can do is you can use paint to just do these diagrams. Okay, so just showing you how quickly it is to draw 1 molecule of ethene. You'll have to do several molecules of ethene. Now there is a nifty tool, a little shortcut I'm going to show you and see and hope it actually does work. It's called Magic Select. Those of you who've played about with paint, you know this already. And I believe that I can just do this and just add all of that, and all of that will add. And then if I just go for done, and that copies that molecule, and I can just copy, Control-C, Control-V, gives me another copy. It just turns it into an object. I'll do another one. There we go. So I can actually now show the polymerization of ethene ester, and that's a nice little shortcut for you. And once you've done it, it's Shift Windows key S, and then just whatever diagram you have finished. There is more to do for that polymerization, but whatever diagram there is that you need to copy, just put it in your answers like this, okay? And once you have been through your answers, so this would be for the first part of question 4a. Once you've been through your answers, what I need you to do is I need you to self-assess them. That's really, really important. So once you've self-assessed a particular answer using the answers to chapter and end of section questions link that I have included for you, if it's like, say for example, a diagram, then what you could do is you can actually recolor that diagram. There is an image options, I believe, and there it is. You can just recolor it. If you completely understand it, recolor it in purple. It should work. There we go. There we go. It was working in rehearsal. There we go. So it's all in purple there. All right. Now, if you're unhappy about that, or if you're unhappy about a particular diagram or a particular set of answers, then what I would ask you to do is I would ask you to just go through it and just say there, and then just say, right, sir, I don't get. Maybe it might be, I don't get the double bonds. There we go. I don't get the double bonds. And type in your, can you please explain where they go? Okay, so you can have something like that. And when I go through it, I'm going to be able to leave you some voice feedback on that as well. So I can only help you if it's in red. If everything is in purple and you've self-assessed it, and you're quite happy with that, leave it as purple, and I will just think, right, okay, you've already self-assessed that, and that's absolutely fine, okay? You must make sure that you turn this document in at the end, okay? So turn the document in at the end, and I'll be able to review your progress with that, okay? There's plenty of material for you to get through. Now, once you've done that, and once you've self-assessed it, what I then need you to do is I need you to consider and think about going a little bit more beyond to go through the end of chapter questions. So if you just click on the chapter heading, you'll actually see where the end of chapter questions are. Really, if you want to have more practice, if you feel like you haven't been challenged at all, tackle those end of chapter questions. You can see there's some really cool questions about soaps and salts, fatty acids, everything to really push you, and the answers for that again are accessible by clicking the links that were on your original document. It's actually there, everything is there for you, okay? There's an answer that's missing, can you please let me know by email, but I think it's all there, and I believe it's all there, right? So once you have done that, so you've been through all of your end of topic questions, you've self-assessed that, you have turned the document in to me. So once you've done all of this, once you've done all of these answers, once you've submitted it to me and turned it in as a Google Doc, then you can go through, and once you've been through the extension end of chapter questions, then what you can do is you can now go through the 4 assessments. So here are the 4 assessments. So I've left the links in your Google Slides. Tackle all 4 of them. Can you please print out the questions? Can you attempt and take clear pictures of each page? Then what I need you to do is I need you to place them into a Google Doc and then submit them through Google Classroom. So please scan the pages in the right order. The answers will be released after all of them have been marked. Okay, so I will give you a chance to have a look through and leaf through all of the answers and improve them yourself. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. That's all from me. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me and I'll be able to help you. If you are having problems with printing out the papers, please don't panic. There are ways in which I can actually get you to do that. It will highly likely be through a Google document. I might as well show that to you. What would happen? Let's say, for example, you have a bit of a disaster and you cannot do any printing, right? So what I would do is I would go to a new window. I would go through Google Documents. I'll start one up, okay? And what I would do is I would just go to the plus, and I would say, right, okay, so this is paper 1 of the organic assessment, and let's say it's the first question is page 1, okay, and it will be, now the questions are a little bit randomized in terms of numbers because they have actually been taken out of real questions. We haven't had time to put the numbers in, so it's going to be really important for you to put the page for that particular one. So I'm going to be looking at what paper it's on and what page it's on, and then what I need you to do is I need you to insert a table, and let's say, for example, you've got 5 questions, so you put your answer there, okay, and leave that space on this side so I can put marks and I can insert comments on there. And that's basically how we avert a disaster if you just simply do not have ink, or if you've got a printer crisis, or I don't know, it's just being left out in the sun, or whatever excuse it is. There's plenty of solutions available for you. Now, what you can also do is if you have like a question, you can just quickly snip it, and that will save me a huge amount of time, and save you a huge amount of time because you won't be flicking through documents, right? So you can actually just put the question straight in there and then put your answer. And if you wanted to, you can also put your drawing in there. So let's say, for example, you needed to do an ethene molecule, because let's say they're very popular. So you just go through scribbles. There we go. All right, so there's your H. Okay, so you do your diagram just like that. Might as well finish this off. Okay, let's see if I can finish it off in the time that it's got. There we go. Okay, there we are. Right, a little bit of a H there. You have to have poetic H's, I think, with Google Drawings, otherwise it doesn't stick. Okay, there we go. Right, stick that there and save and close. Now, if you're stuck on a particular question that involves a drawing, then that's when you can recolor it. So if I just go to image options, I remember this. So image options, rotation. I think there is an option where you can actually recolor it, but there we go. And you can just say that. Alternatively, you can just say, "Sir, I don't get this bit. Please explain," which is probably much easier to recolor it. And there we go. You can just put it like that, and that's absolutely fine. And if you won't be able to self-assess this, okay? But if there is a particular question, you won't be able to self-assess this until I give you the answers right at the end. But if there's a particular question that you're really stuck on, just give me something to start on, and I'll be able to get you going. All right, okay. That's pretty much it for now. And what I'm now going to do is I'm going to sign off and wish you the best of luck with your work and with your questions. And if you have any burning platform questions, please send them to me. Okay, best of luck and stay safe. Bye.